I came from an interesting position. I started at a company called ICR, and I did kind of Wall Street work, kind of doing MMAs, IPOs, SPACs, and stuff like that, options. So that's kind of where I came from, a high-level finance. Then I went into charter communications, and now I work on the FP&A team there. So a lot of finance, a lot of financial modeling and understanding that. So I've been able to bring that to VU and kind of think of how overall markets and how companies fit in. So I applied because I really want to get into private equity and venture capitalism. It was actually a goal of mine, like right out of college. Always wanted to. Very hard industry to break into. So I've been trying, and COVID made it even more difficult. And I met a guy on LinkedIn, and he actually told me, hey, you should look at VU. Like, it helped him break into the industry. So I looked at some thought into it, and I was like, well, I don't know, this is gonna be a good decision. I ended up applying, I got in, and it's been the best decision. Probably the people. I've met some of the most interesting companies in the fintech and prop tech sector. The founders and how people are coming up with new ideas. You think all the ideas in the world have already been created and they just continue to be made. Meeting Sky and Andrew and understanding, their knowledge. I mean, he's a quantum physics teacher who does venture. Like, it's such an interesting understanding. Being able to meet all the people I've met here this week and, worked out deals with, like, just understanding how they think and, opening your mind from different cultures, different religions, different backgrounds, different, things of Web3 to fintech to healthcare that I never knew about. So it's definitely the people and just, their experience, their knowledge, and then learning more about other things that you've never seen before. Brilliant. Some of the smartest people I've ever worked with. We have fun. We're here this week. We go out, dinner, drinks, we sit here and we have talks about quantum mechanics, we have talks about Web3, crypto, data, privacy, Uber, Facebook. And it's like, you go to I work at Charter and I don't have those conversations. It's always about work. It's always, simple. This is just so fulfilling in so many ways. I mean, to be able to have that conversation and be like, hey, I'm not thinking about, what my financial model is. Like, I'm thinking about how is this company going to change an entire industry, change the world? Who's going to be the next, Amazon, next Apple? And that's just like a fulfilling conversation that you can have any day with anyone here. So it's just amazing. I'm looking to go into private equity or venture. So I've been applying and, hopefully at the end I'll end up where I need to be, but yeah. I would say talking to the founders. When you actually get on a phone call and you listen to how passionate these people are, and you really see these people are putting their heart, their tears, their sweat, all their money into these ideas. It's so amazing, and you're like, it hurts when you have to say no because you have to obviously run our business. But it's the fun part where you look at it and you say, hey, this guy is out here, he's trying his hard. He's talking to 30, 50 ventures, and 10 minutes of his time is he says thank you to me, but I always say thank you to him because that to him is much more valuable. For me, I'm just trying to figure out a good deal, trying to figure out how to allocate capital. But for him, it's his life, it's his dream. How real it was. I don't know, I think for me at least, when you hear it online and you see it, it's you almost feel like, is it real? Is this actually gonna give me what I'm looking for? Is this more as a myth? And then when you get here and you're in the first week and they're just throwing hours and hundreds of concepts at you. By the end of the week, you're like, I've learned more about an industry than I have in 20 years of my life. And then you go on and you actually start doing the deal sourcing. You start talking to founders. You create the models. You learn about, how you value companies, how companies are created, and all that process. And you say to yourself, wow, this is real. This is more than I ever thought it was. It's been a great experience. I would tell everyone. I've gone to people, not people in my current work, because they'd probably fire me if I told them that. But all my friends, I said, listen, if you want to get into private equity, you want to learn about the industry, I was like, you will never be able to read a book that will be able to give the experience I've been able to have here. And I was like, it might be expensive, it might take time, and it might be a commitment. But if you really want something, it's like anything. You put the time in, you do it, and it will give you more than you ever asked. I mean, in day one, I knew nothing about venture. I knew what it was, I knew how money worked, I knew a little bit about it. Today, honestly, I think I could go start my own fund. I feel pretty confident. There's still things I have to learn, obviously, and that's more experience. But the whole concept of what you do with capital, how you raise capital, how you source deals, how do you value in companies. How do you get in? Like, you're not going to learn that really anywhere. So I think anywhere I go, anything I want to do, like, I have a new profound perspective on life.